tonight. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Shotgun now from Murray. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Murray's pass.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
86.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Got an open man, it's Foster.
10 more yards.
For Foster, the receiving numbers last week, 6 catches, 64 yards.
And you know what he did all week in preparation for this one? Hydrated.
Salivated.
Yes, stretched, dreamed, going against the last team in the league against the pass.
Yeah.
He expects to catch every one thrown today.
You're right. They have struggled 32 of 32 in that category. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Murray sacked.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
44 yards. One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. 4 yards there on the carry, gets it back to 2nd and 11.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd down, it's Tate, and he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
3rd and 8.
From the gun, Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's 3-0 Washington. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
To the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
You can script and diagram plays all you want, but no one really envisions something like that happening this early in the game. How about that run to get things started? Didn't he win NFC Player of the Week last week?
Yeah, he was on fire a week ago, and what a start to this one.
Yeah, no sign of him cooling down at all.
And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 2nd down now. It's done, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 58 yards.
3rd in the league in receiving yards, and that's a strong number. That means he's being consistent each and every time out.
And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
1st down, Rams.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
3, Rams nothing.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Rolling to his right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A gain of 4 yards. 1st down, Los Angeles.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Rams have taken the lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, they worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
Yeah, the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
21-yard line.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Now on 2nd and 13. Murray, and he's going to have the connection to Foster. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Well, if my calculations are correct here, and I think that they are, he's now over 55,000 career passing yards.
Well, you did get a fine education in the Midwest, my friend, so I know that happened, okay? I know those Butler Bulldogs very proud.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
The Rams take over 1st and 10. At their own.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They only needed 1 yard on third down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Going to give this time to the tailback. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
For the running back.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 12. A huge play that time for the Rams. 43 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
They'll run on 1st down. Done. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll roll him out right to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
But credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked up. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get enough.
Oh, now Murray has it stripped. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
Fumble on the play.
You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get to the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
1st and goal, Rams.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 3-yard line.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. From 3 yards out. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They still can't get it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
On the keeper.
2nd and 8 coming up.
At the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun. Murray. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Incomplete from the contact.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, Murray. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached half. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
So here are the Rams to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss. 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
No gain on the play there, second down.
No gain on the play.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Murray. And a quick throw here that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
At the 25.
Well, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. 24-yard touchdown. And Washington able to make this a close game again.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now this throw caught left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? Not like any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Los Angeles.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Running back, again, the ball.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the... And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Rams add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go too...
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble.
Kyler Murray sacked. A fumble on the play.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Washington 14.
The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down. From the gun, Murray. Open man, here's Foster. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. His throw incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Strip that ball. 51 the mic, boy, 51. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Hey, Mike, 51.
To throw again, Murray. And he comes back with one complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 18. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Murray sacked.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they give this time to the tailback. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped to the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal. at the Rams' 10-yard line.
And now Murray's going to set up the throw. Escaping, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Murray sacked. A 5-yard
Remember,
loss.
throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And his kick is indeed good. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
Makes the score Rams 24, Washington 17.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Right back to him on first down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And a Rams first down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That burst good for 20 and a first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Recovered by the
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Washington.
And now he'll tuck it and run. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon.
Incomplete.
So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
Murray to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them inbounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as he'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll set up to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That'll be a gain of 15 yards, and it'll move the chains.
First down, Los Angeles.
So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And the kick is good. The young rookie coming through like a 10-year vet. And the Rams have won the game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Los Angeles, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Washington, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.